The incident took place at the Rubik's Cube World Cup. Brothers Sebastian and Philip Weyer took part in the competition. The older of the two came out the winner, with a difference of a paltry .001 of a second. The tow truck driver and police officers arrived to transport the broken-down vehicle and were inspecting the car standing on the side of the road. At one point, the tow truck worker, who had crawled under the pickup, miraculously avoided a drifting SUV. Dutch rock musician David Actor spectacularly cut a plastic beer glass thrown by a fan during a concert, and even sipped from it. In Thailand, two skydivers were nearly hit by a plane from which they jumped out. The plane passed dangerously close to the parachutists, but fortunately, it avoided contact, and they landed safely. The tourist, apparently being in an emotional rush, didn't even fully realize the danger she was in. Sean Harrington was on the verge of death when a tiger shark swam close to him. All he could do was to put out the birdcage in front of him. Surprisingly, the predator retreated immediately after that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The axes, thrown simultaneously, surprisingly stuck into each other. When it was time for the groom to give his speech, the man dared to confess that 2020 was far from a good year. The guests and bride laughed, and immediately afterward, lightning flashed near the ceremony. Everyone realized that it was no accident, and it was better not to joke about such topics. Without realizing it, this young man saved himself by doing a somersault in the air. The experiment was about to take a most tragic turn. Harrison Williams is a thrill seeker. He decided to spice up his weekend by getting on a whale carcass. And even a shiver of approaching sharks didn't confuse the young man. Luckily, a rescue boat arrived in time. When firefighters arrived on the scene, the man in the video did his usual job. He approached the house to lay the hose and then walk back. A few extra steps saved the rescuer from the wreckage. He is the king of Jenga, no less. A reporter is totally immersed in his work. A tiger chased a motorcyclist in a nature reserve in the Wayanad district of Kerala, India. Fortunately, the predator retreated and didn't pursue the man for long. The divers decided to watch a pair of humpback whales hunt. Suddenly, the huge jaws appeared out of the water just a few meters away from the divers. It's hard to imagine the range of emotions the men experienced in such conditions. Here are the comments of the woman in the video. I was sitting by a pool reading the book, watching my two sons swim. At that moment, I heard the crack of a tree. And then my son yelled, "Run, Mom!" And I jumped out of my chair just before a huge tree fell right where I had been a moment before. Lightning struck a few yards away from a boat during bad weather in Britain. Natalia Gotstieva from Lipetsk found herself in a dangerous situation when a block of ice nearly fell on her from a 5-story building. The woman said that at the last moment, it was as if someone had pushed her. The phone not only didn't break, but even got in the right hands by a happy coincidence. Jessica McCarone, a bankruptcy attorney, discovered that she was a millionaire when she checked her lottery ticket. Her jaw dropped, and at first, she couldn't believe it, and asked several times if it was a joke.
Wait.
Are you serious? Oh, damn, man.
$2 million?
Apparently I'm the I don't know. I can't even speak right now.
The recruit dropped an armed grenade in front of the instructor. As a result, it fell a few centimeters from their feet. Without wasting a second, the instructor threw the soldier over the sandbags and jumped after him. He stumbled and fell, but managed to deploy his parachute in time. That was planned. The surfer swam right over the shark on his board. Fortunately, the predator didn't pay any attention to it. Dizzying jumps almost ended with punching one of the athletes in the face. That's all, friends. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It's interesting. Goodbye, everyone.